Okay, take 22. Just kidding. But it isn't take 1. All right, so here are the directions. I had looked up directions to see if I was describing this succinctly enough. Because this is an example of something that I do a ton, so it might seem more obvious to me since I do it all the time. But mostly people had written the directions in paragraphs, but I like breaking it down into like those were my attempts at bullet points, into those 3 bullet points. But the main idea here is that each of these 3 stars is each describing the same thing, but it's breaking it down into rows, columns, and squares. So in each of those 3 cases, you want the numbers 1 through 9 with no repeats. Okay, so in each row, I want the numbers 1 through 9. In each column, I want the numbers 1 through 9, and each of these squares. So again, these are broken down. That's like the bolded area to show you the different squares. And again, by no repeats, may seem obvious, but here, for example, in this column, since I already have the number 1, I know there's not going to be a 1 in any of these boxes. Okay, so to get started, I would just try to look. So when I was looking at this at first, I was just looking for like areas where it was mostly filled in already. So in this row, for example, that I'm highlighting in green, I already have 8 of those 9 numbers. So I'm just sort of walking through. You might be able to glance at it quickly and tell me that there's no 4 there, or sometimes I will just count. I know that sounds a little boring, but 1, 2, 3, and I'm seeing there's no 4 there as I'm scanning. Okay, so I know I'm missing a 4. Same deal with the boxes here. So I've got a box with 8 of the 9, and I notice here that in this one, I'm just missing a 9. So it's a nice way to start, is just to knock out ones that are basically almost finished. Other things that one can do, or that I like to do here. So I'm noticing this bottom left square, I'm missing 2 of my 9 total numbers. So I'm only missing 2 spaces in that box. And so if I go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm missing a 6 and a 7 in this box. So I'm just writing in, I know I'm missing a 6 and a 7 just in this box. And then I'm going to look around now. Let's pick a different color here. I'm going to look around and I see, for example, that in this column, I already have a 6. So I know there can't be a 6, since there's already a 6 here. There can't be a 6 anywhere else in this column. So of my 2 options, I know that this one has to be the 6. Okay, so let me erase it so it doesn't look as messy. So this one has to be a 6. And therefore, what do we know next? That this one has got to be our 7. All right. I am worried that I'm going to get boring and in the weeds a little bit with this, so let's just start with that. And if you want any more exciting